Alright, back for Planet Coaster, and today we are not going to be working on this. We are going to be doing something different today. We are going to be redesigning this part of the park and working our way through here. Now, I don't know if everything's going to go away. Probably going to keep something similar to this, something similar to that, keeping the graveyard and the ride, and probably this. But it's everything else in between we're going to change. So here's a couple photos of what it looked like before I deleted this, just so you have an idea. It's one of the very first areas in the park that I built. I did not like it, so I'm changing it. So we're going to try to make it a little more grounded to our theme now. And we're going to make a little witch fortress here, instead of just having a floating piece of rock with a witch hut on it. It looked cool in the beginning to me because I didn't know how to make stuff in this game, but now since I do, let's try to make something worthwhile then. Not saying I'm like great at this game, but still. So what I was thinking of doing was bringing in the mountain slightly, and just wrapping it around here, and have the witch's fortress pushed up further, so it's not like that far of a way to go back. It's more like up here instead of it being back here. Try to try to squeeze this place in a little bit because it's a little too wide and there's not much going on. And we're gonna delete this because this was pre-made, but I'm keeping it here for now, just so I can if there's anything I want to grab off of here, like scenery pieces, I could do that. But let's get started with this thing. So I figured for part of the building I could use these sandstone castle walls instead of, you know, the regular castle walls we've been using throughout the whole park. It has like a muddy texture to it, and I kind of like that. I think that'll fit in. We're still going to keep like the swamp theme, but we're just redoing it, so I just deleted everything. And yeah, that was a pain in the ass because I didn't have anything built in as like a building, so I had to delete every single piece of scenery separately. So we will not make that same mistake again. I can guarantee that. So we're going to make one of these. I wish, again, this is a recurring theme I've had throughout this time of playing this game. I wish every like style had every single block that the other styles have. I mean, where's like the square corners or anything? It's not here, which is a shame because that would work out great here because I want to make it look weird at this point. I wonder if I can fit a witch house on here. That's my first thought. Because if I can do that, then I can definitely play around with more scenery types. If I just type in witch, that's not how you spell witch. Okay, oh, or in trees, that's why I was looking around. I mean, hey, it's good enough. Don't you have like a ladder or something that hangs off? Oh yes, right here. Okay. So there's a way I can just have that hanging in front. That works for me. What is this? Ancient switch. Oh, because it has the word switch in it, but it's a switch. Okay. Oh, the reason why I was looking in the trees is because there's all these vines now that we got from the one DLC pack, and we didn't have that whenever we first went through this area, so that'll help out a bunch to liven this up and have these hanging off of this whenever I get down to the decoration part, because I think I'm going to enjoy doing that. Should probably make a floor to that, now that I'm looking at that from here, which I should have just copied. What's the... oh, yeah, that's right, quick save. Forgot about that. Nope. Okay, we'll just do it in here. Now, I do want to use the terrain in a similar way that I use the floating thing, but it's not going to be floating. It'll be connected to this whole structure thing that I'm building here. You know, where like the witch's hut's sitting on there and there's those little steps going around. And keep that because I enjoyed that. But see, it's just a struggle of like, how do I make this, with the limited tile set that I have, not look like anything else that I've made, just with a different color on it. And that's going to be the fun part. What is this? Oh, it's a roof part. Okay, so originally I was going to have this elevated where you have to walk up, but we've been through this situation before, and we know how frustrating it can be. So if we keep it on the ground, we'll just we'll deal with that, because what I was going to do is put the ride that was back there over here, which is going to be closer because it has the witch theme to it. So if I can just build around that, then that's fine. Because it's just going to be a pain in the ass to try to lift up and elevate the path and make it blend in. We've already been through that. It's annoying. So let me try to figure out what else I can do here. So as I look through the menus here, I get a better idea of what I want. Now, what I think I'm going to go through here is like part sandstone, part ruined village houses, part ruined village scenery, and part like terrain that is going to have a bunch of witches' houses on it. So I was wondering, as the game saves, if there's a way I can rotate this into the ground, but have this part sticking out, so it looks like it's it's been turned over or something. If I can just smack that into the ground like that. Maybe not that close, maybe a little over like that, because we gotta have like an entrance here. I was thinking maybe an entrance like that big or something, just to get in. Because I figured if I do that, and then let me take another one and like try to straighten that out a little more. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. Lift this up, bring it over, down like that. This will be kind of hidden, so you won't really see it once I throw a witch house on top of it. Okay, let's see if I can just throw one on there. So we'll duplicate that. Oh, that does kind of hang through. Well, if I do it, I put this here, so this hangs off. Does it kind of rest on the rest of that? Not really. What if I turned it around? If I did that, and then let's rotate it. Oops. It's been a while since I've used this. Give me a second. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, which I think would be what will help to the theme I'm going for here. Alright, let's bring that up. Let's bring that in. I just don't want anything to be like poking through. You know, I think that works. Yeah, and then I could always block that with like part of the wall or something back here. I think that'll work out pretty okay. Now I'm gonna have to move these around every 2 seconds just because they're gonna be in my way. Alright, so actually, let's put a little more complicated wall back there. And by that, I mean just, you know, one of these with the little thing sticking out on it. Yeah, we'll put like 3 of those there. Put a couple dead bodies in there, you know, some little Easter eggs to look at. Should probably... What is it? Control and hold? Or was it shift and hold? It was shift and hold. You know, I'm going to duplicate that. Just because I want to put it up like... that's a bad idea. Let's just do it manually. Because if I start messing with the height now, it's just not going to work out. Okay, what if I made you enter in... but turn a little bit, so like you couldn't really see what you're going into when you come in? I like that idea. And I can always put some like little scenery bits here as well. Because say I was gonna put this ride down here. Just for scale, I want to see what it looks like. Okay, so it's not very large, so I think that actually helps to what we're going for here. I mean, you can see it, obviously, but I mean, like, it'll be hidden by, like, some scenery. Bits and pieces. But again, this is just, like, the, we're preparing for the... I actually kind of like how that goes into it. We're preparing for the, what do you call it? Time lapse. That's what we're doing here. But I do want to put one of those behind it. Here. Well, I can do that. And that's something different, so I think I will continue with that idea. It doesn't match, but it's alright. Why make something if it doesn't match? Like, honestly, what's the point? I don't get it. But at least now I can build this up. A good, like, what, 2? And then have this here. Because it's got to be somewhat large. I want you to be able to see it from outside, like how you were able to see the witch's hut thing from outside. So that's not really tall enough, but definitely once we get the terrain coming around and have the stuff next to it and behind it, I think that'll work out just fine. You'll be able to see it. Now I'm just making this here, and I'm also going to copy and paste it, move it up one little block. That was pretty easy. Just copy that, duplicate it, bring it up. There we go. Now I do want to put a witch hut on here, but I also want to hang something else off here. If I connect 2, would that work? Or would that look terrible? Gotta keep the ladder in. I like how that's part of the scenery. Yeah, molding 2 together does not look very good. If I haven't one hang off the edge with probably like maybe some terrain wrapping around the back or something with some vines. That might work. What is this thing? Is this thing gonna actually like do anything? Like, is it gonna look decent? I mean, for now I can place one there. That's gonna be covered in by rock. Probably on both sides, so I really need that. You know what, actually, that's not a bad idea that I placed that there. Let me rotate this here as like a half circle. Oh yeah, there was these things, wasn't there? Yeah, we could have some of them here. But it's like the witch just came in and took it away. I don't know, use your imagination. Let's bring that up all the way, please. Please. Oh, it's saving. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, if I delete that, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it does. I don't like that. Get that out of here. Actually, what I could do here, instead of making it like this, I could just add in the one with the holes and just stick something in there like a scenery thing. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure something out. We're going to make this tower a little off-center, but it's going to be pretty large because I want as much as I like the terrain to be seen from the other side, I want a structure to be seen from the outside as well. So if we can, well, what I could probably do is just delete that and then do that over and over again. Be a little quicker. How high does this have to be for you to see it? Come on, get down to the ground. Okay, you can kind of see it there. Alright. So if I just go like up 2 more, I think that'll work. But I'll design the this stuff, don't worry. I also want to see if I can do something with this. Like, with the materials I'm given, is there any way I can have it like, so there's an extra part sticking out, or it's like hanging over or something? I think that'd be pretty cool. But that's something I can worry about in a time lapse whenever I have the time to just sit there and not try to go through this. Because I try to keep this as like a general idea of what we're doing, and then I detail everything when we're going in there. So let me look at that. I know it's plain, I know it'll change, trust me. There'll be a lot of detail on it. Okay, yeah, see, so you can sort of see the witch hut there, and you'll be able to see a witch hut up there, and part of it there. Because we're still going to try to keep the theme that they shot a cannon over from like 50 episodes ago into that. So I need a tall tower that can effectively get that. Then I think if I quickly just connect this stuff up from here, just something quick, because the terrain's going to be hanging over this part anyways. It's just a general idea to connect it and make it feel like a closed system just in case. Is this on the wrong side of the block? I think this is on the wrong side of the block. Is it? No, whatever, it's fine. That's right, checking through here, we do have these thatch hut roofs that we used back in the village all the way across there, which I guess can come in handy. It's just they don't, I can change the color of them, right? To maybe fit the theme of blending in a little bit. Okay, well, we can definitely make something work here if I need to have an extension of a witch house or something. See if I can duplicate any of that. I mean, I might not be able to duplicate, you know, all the detail on it, but I could probably duplicate the shape and everything. You know what, though? I think I've made a good base to transition it into the time lapse. So, done for a day. Well, done talking for a day, and I'll see you next time.